Hello, Mr. Nick here, helping my students with test plan worksheet number 1. Please put your name at the top and your period because I do take points off this year if you don't have that information updated. Okay, please take 5 minutes to review the specs for the store project. Okay, we just reviewed off video that the specs require students to sell 3 items in their store and to charge Pennsylvania state sales tax, which is 6%. So question number 1, what are the 3 good variable names that you should use in your upcoming program in the code to store the quantity of items being ordered for each item by the user? So here are some ideas. If you're selling drinks, you might name the variable num drinks. If you're selling pairs of sneakers, you can just say num sneakers. Now you don't need to say num pair of sneakers. Over here are some bad variable names. Number of pairs of sneakers. That's too long. But X or just N is too short and non-descriptive. So you need a balance of shortness but descriptiveness. How about the variable name num? Okay, num is traditional, but if you, yeah, I like num. So let's go with the abbreviation num. Num popcorn. Now, popcorn's normally sold at the movie theater by like the box or the little thingamajig. We don't sell individual kernels, but we do sell plural popcorns. So num popcorns would be a decent variable name. Num popcorn just doesn't get it across to me. Another good example. Num paperweights. Now, if there's 2 words that logically need to be in the name of the variable, then you would capitalize those, the second and the third word. But the first word in a variable name should always be lowercase as you see the N is. You cannot put a space in a variable name. You can't say num space drinks. And you should not capitalize the M like I'm doing here in this bad example. So remember, the examples to the right, if you're watching this video carefully, are poor examples, and the ones over there on the left are the good examples. So other bad variable names would be variable names that include symbols, like num hashtag drinks. Makes no sense at all anyway, but, well, actually, a hashtag often means number of, so do not use a hashtag in the middle of a name there. Don't start a variable name with a digit like 2. Don't say 2 drinks. That is illegal. And don't put other symbols like a dot or a backslash. And I don't even like variable names that have underscores, though you will see some websites or instructors that put underscores to separate multiple words, but I don't like that for this class, the way I'm teaching it. Okay, moving on to unit prices. Decide now, at the first step of the programming process, when you understand the problem at hand and you make a test plan, decide what prices you want to sell. So let's say that each pair of sneakers is $50. Also, your other 2 items, come up with prices. You can say like $4.99 for each bucket of popcorn. And what else am I saying? Selling perhaps paperweights. You could, don't go over $2 billion because it will cause integer overflow possibly in your programming language. And don't even go over unreasonable amounts. Don't say that you're selling gold-plated paperweights and that they're like $1 million each. Keep it reasonable and practical. This is not the assignment to get funny. Maybe later we'll find a comedy assignment. Okay, I'm going to sell my paperweights for 99 cents each. Okay, go ahead and take a few moments in this class right now to catch up to me on this video. Okay, we're reconvening here in period 11, Intro to Computer Science, year 2017-18, with a lot of good students in my room. We're reading the next worksheet question. What variable did you use to store the final rounded total cost? I'm just going to say that everybody should be using a variable named total cost. It matches up with the demo program that you're probably going to be using as a starting point for this. So total cost would be a good variable name there. Total price, just total would not be good, because then people might think it's the total number of sneakers when they look at your code like 5 years from now and try to understand everything from like simple variable names. Okay, while you're paying attention, down here where I'm waving my mouse, you should type in total cost there at the heading of that column. So this video will be online for students such as Kaylin to watch from an internet connection in our homework area tonight, or they can just watch it tomorrow and do the best they can with tonight's homework to the point that they understand it. Oh, while we're at it, right here, you should have put in the first, the name of the first thing that you're selling. The variable name's num sneakers for me. And my second product that I'm selling in my store project, according to number 1, is num popcorn. Or num popcorns, I meant to say, like popcorn buckets at the movie theater. And num paperweights, which I apologize, it doesn't really fit in this area. Do the best you can with this worksheet, fitting stuff in. Num paperweights is my third item that I'm selling. Now, moving on. Number 4, with our calculator, we're going to figure out how much it would cost to purchase each batch of possible sets of inputs in these 10 different test cases. So I'll explain. Let's say one customer orders 0 of each item. He or she then has a total cost of 0. That one's easy. I call that the base case, the boundary case. That's the least you could buy in the store. You can't buy negatives. Next, let's keep it simple, stupid. Let's say that somebody comes in your store and buys just 1 pair of sneakers, but he or she doesn't buy any popcorn and certainly doesn't buy any paperweights. So can you, on a calculator, figure out how much this person deserves to be charged as a total cost if they buy 1 pair of sneakers? Oh, by the way, down here where it says unit price, you should have put your prices down there. So for me, each bucket of popcorn is $4.99. So I'm putting $4.99 down here as the unit price. And then that's the wrong item. Sneakers are $50 each. So I'm putting 50 down there. In this area, I'm putting $4.99 because that's the unit single price of each bucket of popcorn. And paperweights, I think I was selling those for 50 cents each. So 50 cents down here as my price per paperweight. I like to put the 0 in there as a leading 0. That's just nice. Now let's whip out our calculators or use good mental math and figure out how much it would cost to buy 1 pair of sneakers but 0 of everything else. Well, with his calculator, Kaylin, or perhaps Tiana with her scratch paper like I'm using here on my teacher desk, I'm going to take this 1 times this 50. I'm going to add that using the associative property to 0 times $4.99. I'm going to add that to, 0, right here, this 0 times 50 cents. Now let's do that right now on the video screen so that everybody can see how I did that. I'm just going to really quickly open up a Microsoft Word document really super fast and type this out at a super large font that you can all see. I just did test case number 2 which is 1 times, I like to use the asterisk for multiplication in computer science, times $50 each plus 0 times $4.99 each plus 0 times 50 cents each. Now, if you like to use parentheses like some algebra teachers, feel free to put parentheses around the things that are being multiplied. According to order of operations, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally PEMDAS, you don't need the parentheses, but I'm putting them in there just for understandability. All of that adds up to the total cost. This is Price is Right. I bet it's $50. I bet the total price of this customer who ordered 1 pair of sneakers, 0 popcorns, and 0 paperweights is $50. But I'd be wrong, because we got to add sales tax to that. According to this project right here, when I'm waving my mouse, sales tax is being charged on all things, even food items and clothing items. I'm just going to add that. So we got to take that answer and apply tax. One quick way to do tax is just to multiply something, the base price, the total base price there of 50, that 50 should be multiplied by 1.06. And I can do that in my head because I'm running out of video time. $53 is the total price, rounded to the nearest penny, of customer number 1. So there you go. That will be in a video, Kaylin. You can watch that later. And I'll do some more from the same exercise. But right there, I need $50.30. You don't have to show me dollar symbols. But in your expected output column, because you have different prices than me, you should have some other number other than, wait, did I do that wrong? Oh my gosh. Did I just mess up in a video? Yeah, $53. I did not mess up. I typed it wrong there. I typed it as, my bad, $53 is what that should have been with the sales tax. Let's do one more complicated one. Let's look at test case 6. Let's pretend that a customer comes in my store and buys 5 pairs of sneakers, 1 bucket of popcorn, and 3 paperweights. In that case, on our scratch paper or with our handheld calculator, we'd have a 5 there, a 1 here, and a 3 here. That's going to come out to a base price of certainly different than $50. And when we add tax in by multiplying by 1.06, it's certainly going to be a different number than this. But by doing this step by step with your calculator, I don't know what that comes out to right now. I don't have time. I'll pause the video. So I just did some calculations to show you my scratch work in case people need this help with algebra. But according to my test case number 6, where somebody ordered 5 of this, 1 of that, 3 of that, here's my scratch work. You don't have to show your scratch work on this worksheet, but you should do it accurately. It comes out to $256.49 as a subtotal, but then with tax added in at the 6% sales tax rate, using the old multiply by 1.06 trick, it comes out to this messy number right here, and then rounded to the nearest penny, 271.88. So that's what I should be putting in here for my expected output. I don't need to see the dollar sign here in this particular assignment. $271.88 is accurately what that should be for me. Now also for homework, you need to put real numbers in here for test cases 9 and 10. Don't put ridiculously large numbers in, and don't put negative numbers in. I want like possible inputs for 9 and 10, and of course the expected cost. This is called a test plan. There are much more complicated test plans that are used in the real world. This is a good first one in an intro to computer science course. If you're launching a SpaceX rocket that's hoping to land on Mars with human cargo that's still alive, you should probably have more than 10 test cases. You have to test in computer simulations many, many, many different scenarios of what could possibly go wrong if something's that complicated, like a $1 billion space rocket going thousands or millions of miles away. That's it. And see you in another video later.